Hey guys, so I'm doing this video to show a little bit of my first EP that I released under the name of Twilight Grove. This is a project I started last year, so it's been a while since I'm trying to release this album, but I didn't have like much time or didn't put much effort into it, but like I finally was able to conclude 4 songs, and I want to show how they are sounding. So if you're interested, you can have a listen at Bandcamp, or I'll probably upload at YouTube too. So I'll be playing some songs for you. As you can see, I used piano mainly on those tracks, and a little bit of synth, string synths too, and that's it. It's just very calming and relaxing, and also I don't know, because I'm a game composer, so I always think about, when I'm composing, I like to think about a scenario in my head, or scene, or a momento that those songs could be playing in a game or anywhere really. I hope you like it, and I have another topic to discuss in this video. Why do it take so long to finish our own songs, or like any song? Usually, like if you're working for a client, let's say if you're a composer, professional composer, for movies, for games, whatever, and you have a deadline, so of course you have to, you're forced to finish the song, because the client needs it at a certain date, right? But when you're working in your own personal like projects for your own happiness, let's say, it's harder to keep track of the time that you're using, because like that has a lot to do with perfectionism. um, we all want to create something that is great, that is gonna sound like perfect, no flaws. And sometimes in the process you go forward and you go back and you change some instruments, and you decide to add drums, and you decide to remove some arrange that you created, or you might change parts of the song. I don't know, some song, for me at least, I want to know your experience, but for me at least, um, when I'm composing, some songs they flow very easily, and when I see I have like a whole structure with an intro, a chorus, and etc., and an end. But sometimes like I have to force myself to understand what I'm trying to achieve with the song, and sometimes that's like seems hard, but sometimes it's worth it. But I guess like because we have this goal and idealization in our minds, we end up taking too long to make decisions, right? And one thing that I want to add in this discussion is uh, we have too many options, right? Because if we think about the past, the bands used to go to the studio, they have that like time to create something, they rehearse, and if they are recording on a tape, or like if it's a live recording, they are not really allowed to make mistakes, or like the mistakes are going to be part of the construction of the process, and that's very much acceptable, right? But creating something in the DAW, you have like options, thousands of options. You can edit, delete, um, test thousands of samples, test thousands of softwares, and then this is like never enough, right? Because the sound you are searching in your mind, the perfect sound, when you dive into the creation part, you actually get a little bit tired, and your ear doesn't work the same. So that's why it's always good to take a rest and listen to the song like 1 week later even, because maybe the next day you also gonna be very judgmental, right? So usually like when I listen to something that I produce, I don't know, years ago, I might say, oh, that sounds cool, and I didn't know at that the time that I was creating that, I was thinking it was not good, and it is actually good. Or I might think, oh, I should like this can sound better, but like maybe at that time I didn't have the tools to make it sound like I wanted, and that's okay, because we don't need to make everything perfect. We just have to create something that we enjoy, and if other people enjoy too, that's nice, right? One thing that helped me with the whole perfectionism and not being able to finish songs, it's sorry, is actually buying hardware, gear, and digital or analog synths, but like actually buying gears and trying to create songs with those gears outside of the computer made me realize that I was allowed to make mistakes. So the OP1 is a synthesizer that emulates a tape. So what that means is I have 4 tracks to record. The OP1 don't have the option to quantize, and you don't actually edit after you record. Either you delete it and you can record it again. You can change the sound after you make the choice to go with that sound. So it's you have to commit. And once you commit, you see that a lot of these overthinking and neuroses are way more in your head than like real problems. But like, of course, guys, I think you have to push yourself always. You have to push yourself to create the best, right? But that has to have a limit. And there's always what you can do today and what you can do tomorrow, right? So I think it's a matter of balance between this is good enough and I took a time off and I listened to it again, and I think it's like it's sounding okay for my ears today. And also, like, oh, I'm not gonna release something super fast if I don't need it. I'm gonna take my time to listen to it again and take a break. That's also important. Just don't be so afraid of showing something that might not be perfect. And who knows, like, some people might like it, some people don't like it, and that's okay. That's art, right? So I hope you like that discussion, and let me know what you think about it. Okay, bye.